So what are we doing on Arbitrum? So Brahma builds essentially execution and custody environment, fully built on top of Gnosis Safe, and it's fully compatible with native safes on top of Arbitrum. So why would you do this? Why would you build that? Essentially, we allow DAOs and protocol teams to add permission policies on top of their team. They can separate the risk of their operations in multiple Gnosis safes, and they can easily trigger execution over time. Think like you have to harvest some rewards, you have to pay some contributors, or you have to make sure that only certain recipients can receive funds from a specific smart wallet. Console is right now used by both DAOs, funds, and individuals. This is because you can import a Gnosis safe whenever you want. So if you have a Gnosis safe, you can head to console, import it, and you're able to then manage basically your team, their permissions, and assets on these safes very easily. And I'll actually show you rather than just show you screenshots. So this is how console looks like. So this is how managing a single safe looks like. You're able to see all of your DeFi positions at the bottom, all of your assets. You're able to see all of the history that you performed in a decoded way. So you're actually able to read what happened in your DeFi history rather than guessing. And then you're able to do some things very quickly inside of the app. So for example, if you wanted to swap to whatever token, you could do it directly in here rather than having to connect to an external dApp. But the most interesting feature that Arbitrum protocols are using right now is our policy features. So what you see here is an account owning 7 safes, and I'm able to perform different operations on these 7 safes in one go. So I could remove owners from this safe, I could move funds around, and most importantly, I can set policies on top of them. So let's take an example of what a policy is. So for example, on this sub-account, which is a safe again, I want to restrict the recipients of this safe. I want to say that only the following address can be paid. So advisor 1, council 2, and whatsoever. So you can basically restrict which addresses can this safe send funds to. You can restrict which tokens can be sent. In this case, ARB tokens. You can restrict the amounts of tokens that can be sent. And this restriction is programmatically applied, meaning whenever somebody in your team tries to do a transaction, if it goes against this policy, it will be automatically blocked by the system. You can also restrict individual amounts. So we have protocols in Arbitrum using this to restrict their payroll and make sure that whoever has to pay payroll can do it very fast. Don't go through the 5 out of 9 main safe, use a sub-account with a 1 out of 5 signature, and be able to sign very fast. And taking another example, in this account, more like a fund or maybe even a DAO, they set the policy and they say that only their custodian account can be the recipient of money from this safe, and they can actually restrict the usage of this safe to swapping. So they can say, hey, on this safe, you can only swap on 1 inch, you can only swap on matcha, and whatever amount and whatever tokens can be swappable. So this is essentially Fireblocks, but built fully on on-chain rails. It is all built on top of Gnosis safes that you can manage independently at any time. And this is why this is pretty interesting. So the onboarding is a 1-minute onboarding, and you can basically add and remove your team members from any of these safes. You can change their confirmation amounts, and you can manage all of these safes together. So you can do things like actually batching changes across these safes in one transaction. So why protocols on Arbitrum use this is to, again, segregate the risk of each of their operations and make sure that the operations are fast. Because safe is a great tech piece, but it's very hard to manage operations fastly with it, because if you have a high threshold, it's very secure, but if you want to do something quick, you obviously have a hard time doing it. So this is how it looks like. We've been on Arbitrum since January. We actually launched in January on Arbitrum. There's been a great pickup. We have over 600 users that deployed safes with us, including some of the protocol treasuries in this room from different Arbitrum protocols. And yeah, if you want to chat about this or have any question, come to me. This is fully self-custodial and live now. What I show you is actually live on Arbitrum mainnet. Yeah, if you want to learn more, it's brahma.fi, or you can find me. Thank you.